What is good, my Rags and Fitness people, my Rags and Fitness folks, my Rags and Fitness fam? It's your man Rags back off up in this thing. And when I tell you I'm up in it, I'm talking about I'm knee deep all the way off up in it. Hey guys, please do me one favor. Please, please, please. And that's keep God first. Whatever you do, keep God first. Keep the main thing, right? Guys, as you guys already know, it's been a lot going on in this college football world, right? And old Rax is here tonight to give you a little bit of his input, a little bit of his ideas of what's been going on, guys. But I got a guest with me tonight that I want to bring on. And without further ado, I want to bring my guy on, Mr. Icebox from the Bam Damn Sports Talk TV show. Let's go, baby. I'm gonna bring him on. There you go.
How you doing, my friend?
Hey man, all is well. All is well. How about you, my guy?
It's getting better every day. You know how it goes. It's really cold right now, so ain't nothing better to do but sit right here and talk to you, right?
Hey man, nothing better to do in the night. You know what we're gonna be doing? We're gonna be talking some Crimson Tide football, man. That's what we're gonna be doing, man. So hey, what you thinking? Well, I mean, what's been going on, man, in this college football world, man? Like what are you thinking with all the transfer portal, all the coaches moving, and what are you thinking right now? Let's keep it on this right here. Let's talk about Mr. Travaris Robinson, right? Have you been seeing the news with Mr. Travaris Robinson? He left, he went to Georgia, right? He signed a
Mm-hmm.
contract with those guys. End up coming back doing an interview yesterday with Mr. Kalen DeBoer, and today he
Mm-hmm.
decided that he's just going to stick it on out with the Georgia Bulldogs.
I'm kind of curious of what's going on there. T-Rob, it was a great fit for Alabama. We all know that. And I asked a question to somebody a while ago. What about the defense? Will it fall off some? I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about the Coach DeBoer here in just a little bit, but he's more of an offensive-minded coach, and he's brought some help with him and stuff like that. And I got to thinking, that's great. The offenses should improve somewhat, but the defense is what's going to bother me. The Alabama defense, we got away from it for 2 years with Pete Golden, and we got back on the right track with Kevin Steele. T. Robinson was a major contributor of that. I believe he was coaching the defensive backs and the safeties, and now that he's gone, I'm really worried about our defense and how it's going to look. But I heard the same thing, that he went to Georgia and come back, talked several hours, and decided to turn it down. But you got now three defensive coaches, or co-defensive coaches, I'm gonna say, over at Georgia. That's not going to work. It's
It's
not
not.
going to work.
It's
So
not.
somebody's going to leave or do something else.
Now, from what I heard, as far as the Georgia side go, what's going to happen is they're going to bring Mr. T. Rob over. He's going to be the co-defensive coordinator alongside Mr. Glenn Schumann. Mr. Muschamp is going to take a back seat, and he's going to be somewhat of an analyst over there. So I don't know what they have going on. I don't know what they're feeding these guys over there, but Mr. Kirby Smartin's getting these guys to take the back seat and, take the analyst role, and that's what he's doing with Mr. Muschamp right now. What I would say about Mr. Robinson, Mr. Travaris Robinson, is this. He's the glue that was holding
Mm-hmm.
that defense together, as far as that, especially the defensive backfield, right? I think when we heard Mr. Travaris Robinson was leaving, that's when Antonio Kite ended up leaving and going into the transfer portal. That's when Mr. Was it Earl Little? I think Earl
Yep.
Little ended up going and leaving and going into the transfer portal. And we had another guy, I can't remember his name right off the fly right now, to come to me in a second. But we've been having these DBs going to the transfer portal, and it's because of Mr. Travaris Robinson. Now, where would
Mm-hmm.
these guys end up? Would they end up over at Georgia? I don't know. But the key guy that we do not want to leave right now is Mr. Caleb Downs. We can't afford to lose Mr. Caleb. Well, I don't want to say we can't afford to lose him, because if he leave, he leave. But we really need this guy on the program right now, on this team right now, man. But it's not looking good.
Caleb Downs is a beast. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He knows what he's doing. He's very talented. I enjoyed watching him this year. Uh, I mean, the young man was everywhere. It was just incredible to watch. And it wasn't hard to find out what number he was. If you have never watched Alabama play football and you've seen him out there playing number two defense, you're asking questions. Who is this kid? Um, where it is now, the Caleb Downs is in kind of like a limbo. He's supposed to give us a response, I say, his decision to if he's going to stay or not. And
Yeah.
that worries me. I'm a defensive kind of guy. Your team is built solid around defense. I'm also a guy that believes in the lines, O line, D line, especially the O line. Uh, Defensive line, it's a little bit easier, but not much. You know what I'm saying? Because you got much talent back there behind you. Uh, yeah, so I'm worried about Caleb Downs. I just don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of the line, man, the trenches, we do have Mr. Freddie Roach. We retained him. He's saying he's committed to the program. He's coming back. And as far as the offensive side of the ball, I am kind of excited about that. The offensive line, man. We have this new guy coming up. I think his last name is Huff. He's coming over from the Washington program, man. We all know they won the offensive the outstanding lineman award, the Moore Award, right? Um, these guys, man, they had a great offensive line over there. I see they had some guys that entered the transfer portal. We may be in line to get some of those offensive linemen. One
Hmm.
just entered the transfer portal maybe 30 minutes ago from the Washington side, man. So we may be in line to get one of those guys, man. Like I said, right now, trench play. Hopefully, we're going to be trending in the right direction. Like I said, we retained Mr. Freddie Roach. I don't know
Hmm.
what capacity he's going to be working in this year, guys, but that is one piece that we can say that from the defensive side of the ball that we have retained so far.
Well, and from what I understand, well, I know uh, first part of the year, man, people were kind of down on Freddie Roach. Now
Yeah,
all of a sudden they're singing his praises, which every man learns. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I don't care. I like Freddie Roach.
yeah,
He done a good job this year, but that beginning, everybody, when you're losing, and you're not looking good, people
yeah,
want to start pointing fingers. And now that this is happening, it's who's on our side and who's not. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but as far as the offensive line, I'm excited about the offense.
Hmm.
I really am. I really want to see that offense get the offensive line improve from what they done last year. From what tapes I've seen of Washington, that O line looks really good. And
Yeah,
that guy that's transferring, will he come to us? It really depends on the coaches that we got from Washington. If they don't go after him, it kind of tells you what they think about him. You know what I'm saying?
exactly, exactly, exactly. I want to give a shout out to the people right here in the chat, man. You got Gus, the Bama fan, Brock, what's up? Lorenzo, what's going on? T Betty, hey, who else we got? That's my people we got in the chat right now, guys. Beards and Shenanigans, what's up, my
So
guy?
there you.
But yeah, man, it's been crazy, man. Like you said, man, with Mr. Freddie Roach, a lot of people was down on him. And it's because of that defensive line play. It's not what we're used to as far as the defensive line go, but it's one of those things you don't miss what you got until it's gone. And now that we see a lot of these guys leaving, we want to grasp at the straws, man, and keep Mr. Freddie Roach. Because like I say, that defense is going to want to see something familiar around, right? And Mr. Freddie Roach is that familiar face that that we have on that program right now, man. I've been sitting up here going through the phone all day long, right? And I've been seeing some of these guys that entered the transfer portal. Mr. Isaiah Hastings for one, right?
Hmm.
He left the program maybe like 2 or 3 days ago, right? I guess right after he heard Mr. Nicholas Saban was retiring, and he entered the transfer portal and he ended up committing with Missouri. But lo and behold, he went out there to Missouri and ended up decommitting from those guys today. And I think that he's on track to committing to Syracuse. And that goes to show you that these guys don't, it's not really a loyalty thing anymore.
Oh
It's
no.
more of, yeah, it's more of who can give me the bag. Where can I get the bag from, man? So right now, that's the thing. And we're gonna have to throw the bag at a lot of these players, man. I mean, we got a lot of players right now that saying they're committing. I mean, they're committed to the program, but Mr. Caleb Downs is one of them. If we intend on keeping him, we're gonna
Hmm.
have to throw him either the bag or we're gonna have to make him some promises or something. Now, you ask yourself, what promises can we? He's already a starter, right? He's
Hmm.
pretty much an all-American freshman. I mean, he's a grown man already at this position. What else can we do for him? I don't know.
It's right here. Money, money.
That money. Guys, I've been trying to look and see if we got any new news coming in here recently.
Well, now,
And
I'll go while you're doing that.
uh-huh.
We lost several players right there off the get go. As soon as Saban announced that he was going to retire, and we lost a couple probably before he announced it. But these guys was not basically on the playing field yet. Let's put it that way. So I don't know how big of a loss they really are. This Hastings went to Missouri. Now he's gone to Syracuse. You know, like you said, there is no more loyalty to it. And I've kind of thought about it. It hits me every now and then. Where's our loyalty at? We seem to forget what all Saban has done. If any of the other guys out here in the chat, they remember when Nick Saban first stepped off the airplane and what shape
Yeah,
we were in and
I
what we are
remember.
now. And it's all of a sudden like we've already left Saban and moved on to this new coach, and of which we should. We got to show this man our support. He's going to be our coach, and I'm hoping he does really well. But the players that are leaving, I don't know that they're anything to cry about.
Yeah, I understand that. I really do. Because like I said, Bama was Bama before we got these kids. We're gonna be Bama after we got these
Hmm.
kids. But I'm looking here right now, some news, right? Mr. Dez Ricks, that's our cornerback that we had.
Yep.
They said that he was in the portal, but I'm guessing he wasn't officially in the portal. So I'm looking here right here about 50 something minutes ago. He posted that he's officially in the portal now. So Dez Ricks is officially in the portal now. I don't know if he was hanging around to try to see if T Rob would actually get the job or not, but he's officially in the portal. Now, does that mean that there's still a possibility that he would come back to the program? Maybe so, but as of now, guys, I'm reading it right now. This is coming from the horse's mouth himself. Mr. Dez Ricks is officially in the portal. That's what it's saying, guys. So
And I'll throw in on you there just a little bit. There have been rumors. I got caught up with it. I think it was yesterday, Sunday. Milroe is not in the transfer portal. I don't care what you read, guys. He's not there. I think for him to be in the portal, he's going to have to do it personally because there's already been some kind of shenanigans going on about that. He is not in the portal. He is going to make it very interesting to see what happens with this offense this spring. I'm sure there may end up being another quarterback battle again, just to see what this coach wants. But for me, Milroe's top man. You know, you better do some playing, some throwing that football if you want to unseat Milroe this year. So it's a good thing he's staying because I'm excited to see what he learns over the summer with this new coach and this his new assistant. That's it. What is it? I can't remember his first name, but I do know his last name is Grubb.
Oh, Ryan Grubb. Yeah, Mr. Ryan Grubb.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned Mr. Ryan Grubb, man, because as you can recall last year, we was making videos, and that's when I think we was all kind of getting ourselves acclimated with each other. Us, at that time you was with the CTS Sports Room. Now you're with the Bam Dam. I want you to say it just because I called it the Bam Dam Sports TV Talk, but I don't think that's what it is. What is it? You go ahead and say it.
All it is Bam Dam Sports. That's all it is.
Bam Dam
We
Sports.
started up after CTS, and uh, we've had a good time. We've had a lot of people come over and subscribe to us, and it's growing every day. It seems like every week we getting some more viewers coming in, and we haven't really been pushing it. We pushed
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but not much. And people are finding us by word of mouth, following on us, and stuff like that. And we're sure proud to have them. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, for all you guys that's in right now, man, if you're not subscribed to Bam Dam Sports and Icebox channel, his single channel, he's got a channel by himself.
Mhm.
Guys, please go over there and subscribe to that channel. Guys, I see somebody asking who will be our next defensive coordinator, man. Joe Edwards right now, man, we really don't have a clue who it's going to be, man. They're talking about the
Yeah.
head coach for South Alabama, but I don't know if that's the answer, Joe Edwards. I really don't. You got Ted S says any word on Caleb Downs? Not as of right now, man. The last word that we had on Caleb Downs is we may get an answer tomorrow, right? He will have an
Hmm.
answer for us tomorrow, according to sources. I'm looking right now. Y'all see me looking down at my phone. I'm trying to get as many sources for you guys as I can and try to relay the message as fast as possible. We may know
Oh,
Caleb. See, as Howell, he cleared it up for me right there. we will probably know um the answer of what's going on with Caleb Downs tomorrow. I don't know which way to look at it. I kind of want to look at it and say, hey, if he's waiting tomorrow, he already pretty much know his answer, right? He's just trying to find out a way how to tell either us or maybe Kirby Smart, because Kirby Smart right now is playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
And what Mr. Kirby Smart want the most is not even really Tavares Robinson. That's why they're giving him a co-defensive coordinator position, right? They really want Caleb Downs. They want Caleb Downs back there with Malachi Starks, and they want to pair them, I guess, even with KJ Bolden, right? They want the cupboard to be just full. And what you're going to be doing then is you're going to be lighting up that transfer portal next year is what you're going to be doing. So, Mr. Caleb Downs, if I was you, man, honestly, I can't tell you what to do, but I would stay put and make your legacy right there where you are, man. That's what I would do.
Could you imagine how big and how famous he would be? You know how it is at a defensive team with Alabama, you become a household name.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody looks at you and just loves you to death, and we all do that. I'm thinking that Caleb Downs is going to be that next household name that you know everything about. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah,
we've had plenty of Kilpatrick, Reuben Foster. I mean, on and on and on. And he's going to be
exactly.
ranked, I think, above these gentlemen that we just mentioned before his time is up, if he stays.
Yeah, because you think about a person like Reuben Foster, he didn't step on the field just right away. I mean, he was a head knocker, but he was hurting himself a lot of times the way that he was hitting people and tackling. And he was on special teams and he would just rock these guys. Mr. Caleb Downs, man, from the moment he stepped on campus, he was looking like a grown man amongst these other grown men out there, man. And he made himself a name. And I'm saying, I can understand if you were sitting behind someone and you was fighting for a position. Sir, this is your position at the capstone. Even though the legend, the GOAT, Saban has retired, you are still there to make your name. Go ahead and keep your legacy going, sir. I mean, that's just my thoughts, man. That's my thoughts on it.
And he's also disciplined. I've watched him
He
several
is.
times. And what I mean by disciplined is he knows his job. I sat there and watched him several times coming up out of the backfield, going straight up to the line, and somebody's getting the ball running back, and he's there. And instead of going over and chasing him, he keeps that edge sealed off, and he stays there. He does
That's
not
hard to
leave
do.
until, yeah.
That's hard
And
to do. That's
that's,
hard to do.
oh, yeah, because me and you both would make a U-turn going after that running back, go around us, and there's the edge wide open. Not him. He stays there. He
Nah.
does his job. Very disciplined. I really love Caleb Downs, the way he plays.
Very disciplined. It's good you brought that point up, man. That guy's very disciplined, man, at a young age. What would you say? He's 19 years old?
Yeah, if he's
18,
lucky.
19 or something like that, man.
Hmm.
That's amazing to me, man. And then you got
Smart.
smart guy, very smart guy. So you think about that, you ask yourself, who would replace him, man? I'm thinking maybe a Tony Mitchell or somebody like that. I don't know. I mean, we got guys in the cupboard, but they're not Caleb Downs. Put it like that. They're not Caleb Downs. And Tony Mitchell is a very talented young man.
Well, every year when we play, I tend to pick a winner as far as a defensive player. You know, it could be the cornerback, somebody coming off, somebody like Dylan Moses, and on and on. You know, usually your captain on the defense is good. It's always somebody from the edge. Uh, but it seems like a cornerback always catches my eye for some reason. And I can't really think of the names right now, but uh, there was a guy that was war number 3, and I can't think of his name. Save my life. But what I'm getting at is there's always that one special defensive player, and Caleb
Mhm.
is that guy. You don't have to look no further than him.
Caleb
No
Downs
wonder
is
Kirby
that.
wants him.
Exactly. He's that Minka Fitzpatrick type of defensive player. I'm gonna read the comments real quick. We got Ted S says thanks much. Like and subscribe. Hey Ted S, I appreciate you for liking and subscribing, sir. Hopefully you can get over here and we can give you the material that you want. T Betty say I support our coach no matter what. Hey, I'm on the same type of time that you're on, T Betty. I mean he's here now. The only other thing that we can do is not support him and maybe turn into a bandwagon fan for some other team, but I've been an Alabama fan for a long time, all my life, and I'm not going to switch now. Joe Edwards says, do you think Saban would have to talk with Caleb Downs to get him to stay? That's a good question, Joe Edwards. I don't know where Nick Saban's at right now. I don't know what he's thinking. We haven't heard much about Coach Saban. The only thing that we know is that he has an office in Bryant-Denny Stadium right now. Now I know when a lot of people hear you say that he has an office in Bryant-Denny Stadium, they think that he's there like sitting there watching everything that's going on. I don't see that to necessarily be true. He has an office there so he can access it at any time he feel like it. But Saban is probably out with his family right now, guys. I do think that he cares so much about this program to that he don't want to see it go in shambles. He don't want to see what he built go down in flames or go over to Georgia or go down to Florida State, because that's where these guys are going right now, right? I believe at some point in time he's going to have to reach out and talk to at least Caleb Downs or some of these guys, because he stated, if you watch that Reese Davis interview on ESPN, he stated that the two players, Reese Davis asked him a question. He said, I noticed your team. And he went on and on. He said, but it's got to be some players that touch your heart a little bit more than others. And there was two players that Nick Saban named, Malachi Moore and Caleb Downs. And that leads me to think that Mr. Coach Saban has been seeing all of this stuff going on, and he may have already talked to Caleb Downs. And maybe that's the reason why Caleb Downs is waiting until tomorrow to give us this decision, because maybe he have reached out and talked to Saban, or Saban has reached out and talked to him. But the only thing that we can do right now is hope that he stay, because guys, we can't take too much more bad news. We've been getting licked on this last week, and hopefully tomorrow we will get some good news, guys.
Let me ask them a question, if you don't mind,
Okay.
Greg.
Okay, go ahead.
T. Betty F, if I believe that's how you say it. Let me ask you something. You know, we all changed from the Pete Golden defense over to the Kevin Steele, and Kevin Steele coached it like the old school Alabama team. How would you like for it to go? Would you like to see it going down the same road that was from last year, or would you like to see the defense step up to something new? I myself want to see it grow from what Kevin Steele has done. That's why we all hoped Mr. Robinson would have stayed. But I'm wondering what everybody else would want to see. I mean, we're all excited about the new offense coming, and we already know that. What do you want to see out of the offense? I mean, the defense.
And then she also asked what DCs are available right now. T. Betty, it looked like they're talking about like I said, the guy from I got to remember his name. I'm looking right here for it right now. But the guy from the head coach of South Alabama, right? They're also talking about Zach Arnett from Michigan State. And but I don't think, a lot of people saying they don't think that would work right now. You got some guys even still throwing Jeremy Pruitt out there, and guys, let me tell you
I've
something.
seen it.
That's not
I
gonna
was
happen.
waiting on it. I was waiting.
And hey, and everybody know that I want Jeremy Pruitt. I want Jeremy Pruitt. But guys, it ain't gonna happen, man. I've been lobbying for Jeremy Pruitt for the longest, but he's got that show clause on him, guys. And in order for him to even begin to coach, he's gonna have to sit out a year. So that's not gonna work. But if it could, if it could have, it would have been great. But that's not it, guys. Yeah, I see Ted S make a good point. He said it might be guys from Washington to follow Coach DeBoer. And see, that's the thing about it, Ted. What we don't want to do is for this guy to bring every single coach from Washington, because now it's going to really make these Alabama players think that, hey, this guy's really coming over here to try to revamp the whole program and turn us to Washington Huskies East, right? That's the way a lot of guys are going to figure it out. But right now, I think Mr. DeBoer is trying his right? Mr. DeBoer is trying his best to fill out this roster and fill out this defensive coordinator position. But right now, guys are just not latching on. He really wanted T-Rob, but T-Rob just wouldn't. He didn't take it.
Well,
why didn't T-Rob take the job?
I have no clue. I really don't. I mean, he was offered, it was talked about, and why in the world does he want to go over there? They must be really offering him a lot of money just to try to get Caleb Downs. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. So,
and you know what, Icebox, I'm beginning to question T-Rob. I know we want T-Rob, and we want T-Rob for the continuity of the program, right? But is T-Rob even confident in himself? Because guess what? Okay, you go to Georgia. They're going to offer you the co-defensive coordinator position. You're going to be working beside Glenn Schumann, right? That's not going to be all you. You're going to have to bounce ideas off of Glenn Schumann and even Kirby Smart. But if you was going to be the defensive coordinator of Alabama, everything was going to be yours, man. I mean, you wasn't going to have, you can't lean on Mr. DeBoer because he's more of an offensive side coach. That was going to be yours. So was he kind of afraid of that position? Because he's been a defensive coordinator before with South Carolina, I think it was, and I don't think he did too good. I forgot which team he was actually the defensive coordinator. I want to say South Carolina, but like I said, he didn't do too good. So what I'm saying is was he confident in himself to actually take over this defense and be the guy, the go-to guy? When running backs, when linebacker coaches and defensive line coaches need the answer, they have to go to him. So I don't know if he was ready for that task or not. He was going to get the money, so I don't know.
Well, if you see a brand new Lamborghini running up and down the streets of Georgia, you know what it was.
Hey man, they're going after those Lamborghinis right now, man.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Mr. Isaiah Bond. I don't know. I really don't know. We don't know the mind of what really set him over there. We would love to have him. Some people are scared to step up in the world. You know what I mean? But I just don't. The way he coached, really,
Yeah.
he doesn't just train and teach his students.
Go ahead.
He doesn't just do students and player athletes. He does coaches too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like T. Robinson has been through his program so much that he knows what success is all about. He should know how to do it. I don't know if that's it, that he was scared of the job. I don't think so. I just can't take it that way. Not being under Saban. No, sir, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be,
I don't know. I just can't. I don't know what the other answer would be, man. I mean, I guess it's just, I don't know. I mean, maybe people's looking at like Georgia's going to be their next program to have that big run, And I guess some of the players also think that Florida State may be their team because they're going down to Florida State right now in big numbers. We got like 4 or 5 players that just committed to Florida State. So I don't know what's going on right now with this program. I do know this because I follow recruiting a lot. I do know that there are guys that's still on this team that are guys. They are football players and they are ready and willing to step in, right? A lot of these guys, this is a dream come true. A lot of these other guys leaving and getting out of here because now it opens up an opportunity for them. And I believe, like I say, as soon as this spring comes, you're going to see guys coming out the woodwork that we even forgot about, man, that's going to be balling. And that's why we need that perfect defensive coordinator. Like I said, I don't know if I'm too worried about the offense. The defense, we got to kind of worry about that a little bit because we don't even have our guy yet. And it's not even really names out there that we are agreeing upon. So it's not a good look, but
I'm sitting here watching Rags. I don't know. Of course, I knew Pruitt was going to be brought up. Mentor with Harbaugh. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like this style of defense when they played against us. Gary Patterson, I don't even know who he is. But you got and Joe says he's not sure knowledge of his position. I don't know about that, but he's kind of with you on that one. So that kind of leans it. And you know me, I'm easily persuaded. You've been around me some time. Parker from Iowa. There's another Parker from Iowa. I don't know about the Nick Gentry kind of stuff. But I do like what T. Betty says, something new and ferocious. That tells me he kind of wants to go away from what we've been doing this last year. But he if he's like me, he likes pass rushing.
Yeah.
Or she. Yeah. I don't know which one it is, but that's what I love. I love pass rushing. Love
it. Ted S, not Nick Gentry. I don't think that's the guy I was referring to. Nick Gentry is one of the former players from Alabama, and a lot of the guys were saying that he should be defensive coordinator, man. I don't know about that, but I mean, at least he is an alumni, right? Parker from Iowa. A lot of people say that Iowa had a pretty stout defense, but we kind of see what happened with those guys against Michigan. But like I say, Parker with the stable of guys that we have on this team, guys, it may be a little bit different now. So I don't know. We can't hold him to that because you can only coach with the talent that you have, right? What else we were saying here? I see T-Rob knowledge. Yeah, I don't know about his knowledge. It's more with me of his confidence. If he could just, because you got to understand that Alabama, if you're especially on defense, that's one thing Alabama football fans want to see is 2 things. We want to see the running of the ball and we want to see good defense. And when we say good defense, we talking about that defensive line. We want to see some pressure being put on those quarterbacks. And when it comes to taking over that defense, if you're not that guy like a what my guy name just left, the real deal Steele, Kevin Steele. If you're not a Kevin Steele type of guy, man, that's gonna have these guys flying to the ball, you know us Bama fans, we're gonna be all over you. And I don't know if T-Rob can handle that pressure right now. That's just me speaking. I don't want to say this man is incompetent. I don't know. But it's just something fishy about that to me. If you're being offered the reins, you're already here in Alabama. I'm pretty sure you have a house, a home. Your family was here in Alabama. Your kids was enrolled in school here in Alabama. You got everything you need, and you're getting a pay raise. So why would you leave and go all the way over to Georgia? I don't understand it. From Tuscaloosa to Athens, Kirby Smart has got some mojo going on right now that I don't know what he's doing, man. But hey, they're having a field day over there in Georgia right now, man. No problem, Ted. No problem, Ted.
Let me ask y'all a question. You in the chat room. How confident are you in our offense now? We got the man that originally we went after before we went and got Tommy Rees, from what I understand, Mr. Ryan Grubb. How excited are y'all about that?
Hey, I'm excited. Hey, I'm very excited about that. That was one of the things. Hey, Stephen Hicks, I see you. That's my guy. Hey, that was one of the things that I said right there. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Let's be transparent. I'm glad you brought that up, Icebox. I must tell you this. I was not excited about the hire of Mr. DeBoer, right? I was not. But I sat down and I thought, now I'm gonna say initially I wasn't excited about it, but I sat back and I thought about what could be. And I said, man, this guy, man, he's a winner. He's won everywhere he's gone, right? But I said, what would make him more exciting for us and his football fan base is if he can bring Mr. Ryan Grubb. So I woke up that morning, early in the morning, I was looking for some news, and bingo, I found it. Mr. Ryan Grubb was not hired by the Washington Huskies. And man, I jumped out of I was in the bed with my wife. It had to be 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I jumped up. I said, oh man, let me get down there. So I got down to this office down here, and I had to make a video about it. I was that excited about it, guys. And guess what? From what I'm seeing right now, dream came true. We got Mr. Ryan Grubb. But at that point in time, Mr. Tavares Robinson was still at Alabama. And I was thinking that maybe they was going to partner him with him, but that didn't happen, guys. So, here we go on this roller coaster ride of this coaching carousel, guys.
All right. Well, you said a while ago that there's 2 things that Alabama fans want: a running game and a solid defense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we're talking. Okay.
Go ahead.
Washington is known for passing, and this coach DeBoer known for passing. What's that going? It brings up an interesting question, and I brought it up with somebody else. The value of a running back is no longer what it used to be compared to the quarterbacks, wide receivers nowadays, and tight ends. Look at it in the NFL. They have devalued the running back so much, it's pathetic. You know, back in Barry Bryant days and Coach Saban, early years, man, running back was it. You know, he really didn't need a quarterback. Just hand the ball to the running back and here let's go. You know, but now everything's changed. The spread, other type defenses, West Coast, yada yada, RPOs, all of this kind of stuff has come in. No longer is the running back as utilized as it once was. Let's go that route. So I'm just kind of wondering, are we really that excited that we're going to be more spread or RPO type or whatever type Mr. DeBoer runs? Remains to be seen for me. Or is he going to fold in with the Alabama playbook like everybody else has? Because you know good and well as I do, up there in that office, there's a playbook this thick from Barry Bryant, all these other coaches that have been there. They have that playbook, and this is the way Alabama wants things done. You can meander within the pages and run your own style, but this is what we want, and this is what we want to get out of you.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to work?
Look, they're answering your question over now. A lot of Ted S said 100%. Joe Edwards said, I love it. Beards and Center,
Mhm.
BNS, I call him. That's my guy right there. I'm gonna love our offense. Stephen Hicks said, I'm excited for the new starter. Oh man, they giving me goosebumps right now, baby. I love y'all to death, man. I swear to God, I do, man. Who else? Bond is him. Hook 'em. I've been seeing you, Bond is him, man. I can appreciate you. I've been seeing you all over the internet today, man. And I will say this, and I'm gonna be this from sincere deep down off in my heart, man. Congratulations on getting Mr. Bond, man. And I hope y'all utilize him the best way you can, man. It's no need in us crying over spilt milk, man. I mean, he's gone. Bond is gone. But right now, what we have to do is embrace what we have on this roster, man, and let's move forward. Hey, speaking of that, guys. Speaking of that, guys. Let's bring up another point real quick, right? Okay, so we know last year, right, with Mr. Milroe, our number one receiver was Mr. Burton. Our number two receiver was Mr. Bonds, right? With those two receivers gone, who's gonna be number one, right? We know we got the Kendrick Law, we got the Emmanuel Hendersons, we got the young guys, right? But let me bring up one name to you guys, Mr. Ryan Williams, that decommitted from the program, right? If
Yep.
Mr. DeBoer can go and have a conversation with this guy and let him know, hey man, you have the opportunity to come into this program and be the number one receiver, right? Maybe number one, number two, alongside with Mr. Hale, the other young guy that we have on the squad, right? Guys, this could be very exciting if we could talk this guy to coming back. And like you say, pass the ball. But let me bring one more point up, Icebox, before I let you go, man. Before I let you talk, right? Because we were talking about the passing game, how we feel about the passing game, and how we feel about the running game, right? We all know that sometimes the passing game can open up their running game. So I believe this. I believe that passing game can make these running backs even a more of a home run threat, man. You keep pass, you give it to a guy like Jam Miller, Justice Haynes. I call him Just Jam. That's going to be the name of the combo right there. Just Jam. Justin Haynes. You heard it here first, guys. Justin Haynes and Jam Miller. Just Jam. You hand it to one of those guys, man, they're going to be a big home run threat. And guess what? One more thing, Icebox. This could put something else in these guys' repertoire as far as catching it out of the backfield, right? We don't know, man. It's gonna be exciting, man. I'm smiling. I got goosebumps. I'm telling you, Icebox. I'm excited, man.
I'll tell you what, I watched a little bit of the offense from Washington. The running backs were playing really, really well blocking. And
Mm-hmm.
from the looks of the running back, he wasn't that big.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, he's like a. Well, no, I'm thinking of another guy because today one of the talks was so we got Washington's head coach. Washington got Arizona's head coach, and Arizona's running back. He's like a little 5'9" guy. He's going into the portal. He's supposed to be pretty good. He's like a 1,500-yard rusher, and a lot of people were saying, "Hey, he may be coming to Bama," but I don't think that's going to be true. But when you refer to the running game, I don't know why he popped in my head. But yeah, Washington had a pretty good little running game, and it was blocking in the back, man. You know, it was blocking in the backfield.
You also forgot Mr. Prentice.
Kobe Prentice. Oh, Kobe Prentice. Yeah, I can't forget about these guys. Kobe Prentice is going to be back. See, that's why I got Mr. Icebox on my channel, guys, because he always jogs my memory, right? Yeah, he's good for that. He's real good for that.
And from what I've heard last, Ryan Williams, I think he was going to. I heard that he was going to Auburn. Okay, but he hasn't signed yet. He is not committed, and if that's the way he was really wanting to go, he would have already signed. So I think there's doubt in his mind. He has seen what's happened. I think we have another shot at getting Mr. Williams. And Lord help us.
Yeah, and I can't blame him, guys. As far as backing off for a little bit, he didn't back off and then automatically commit to somebody else. He just backed off for a minute. He's going to take some looks. You can't blame him, guys. Now what Mr. DeBoer's job is going to be is to go and talk to this guy, right? And he's going to have to let him know in what direction they're going to go in, how he's going to be, what role he's going to play for the offense, right? Which I think is going to be a big role. And guess what, guys? This guy's like 17 years old. He's supposed to be playing high school football next year. This is crazy, guys.
By the way, I'd like to say roll tide to a couple of guys that come on our show. Nick Saban Jr., Stephen Hicks, Stephen Hicks. Van Edwards was in here a while ago. I just want to say roll tide to him real quick. Yeah, I appreciate him coming over and checking you out.
Van Edwards, roll tide, roll. Nick, I see what Nick say. He said, just look at Washington running backs. Hey, man, what else Nick say? Nick say he will be.
Yeah,
Oh, you
Yeah,
talking about,
read
yeah,
that.
Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams will be in Tuscaloosa this week. What did Stephen Hicks say? I want to see Milroe become another Mac. Hey, maybe so. Maybe so, Stephen Hicks. I'm like, because Mac Jones is getting a bad name right now in the NFL, but Mac Jones was a hitter, guys. He was that guy. When he was playing with us that year, that was a record breaking, man. That was a great year, man. Devontae Smith, man, he tore it up. And speaking of Devontae Smith, we got another one on this defensive side, guys, and he has said that he's locked in. He's locked in on Bama, guys. So that's a good thing for us too.
I'm gonna say something else about Milroe. Milroe is I know Mac Jones was a great quarterback for us, but y'all remember that Milroe said he wants to be more of a passer than a runner, and it kind of hurts because he's such a good runner. I enjoy it. But I'm gonna tell you what, under this new guy
Yeah.
Ryan Grubbs, can you imagine his ceiling
Well,
will be so up there because that's what he was wanting. Well, buddy,
well,
now's your chance, and I can't wait to see how far Milroe can go under this guy. I
and
can't wait.
exactly because Grubbs is supposed to be a quarterback whisperer, and that's what we've been missing
Mhm.
for these last few years, man. Bill O'Brien, as you see, Jalen Milroe gave you the lowdown on him. He said, "Hey, how would you feel if somebody told you you sucked?" And pretty much that's the way that Mister Bill O'Brien felt about him. Mr. Bill O'Brien just ruined a lot because of Bryce Young and all that. He wasted a lot of talent, but we won't go on him. He's off doing something else. Um, yeah, with all that being said, Icebox, if we can get this guy to whisper some good things into this guy's ear, some lovely things into this guy's ear, right? And get him to become like a top-notch passer, his running game would just be that big of an asset for us, man, because
It's
it'll be a safety net. It's just a big safety net for us, man. So if we can get this guy to get Milroe is throwing those darts that Penix was throwing, man, and not to say that Milroe can't do it, he can do it because we all know that deep ball is Milroe's go-to. That's his bread and butter.
oh yeah.
We can get that guy to get real accurate, man, and start to process the information real good. And then we got some great play calling on top of that, guys. We have the opportunity to be dangerous. Now what we're waiting on is this defensive coordinator, and we could imagine this, guys. The whole world right now is saying Bama is done. They've said it before, right? But this time they have a big reason to really believe it because we've lost that safety net. When all else failed, we know to go to what Nick Saban has taught us and trust the process, right? But now that process is somewhat broken. We got a new process to coming in, which may still be the same process, but it's a different person behind that process. Just imagine us. Those guys that's not supposed to make it. That's not supposed to win over 10 games, not supposed to win over 9 games. We come in and we just make noise and we just shut everything down. How would they feel about this program? I mean, I believe the writing is on the wall. It could happen, but we have to expect that there will be somewhat of some kind of drop off, right? But hey, it very well could happen, guys.
I would say your drop off. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
how excited it's going to be with DeBoer. It's going to take me a while to get used to his name. Good grief.
DeBoer, yeah.
His
Coach
DeBoer.
Debo.
Yeah. uh, kind of lost my train of thought there for a minute, but I'm just so curious to watch. Even Stephen Hicks said something about it. I believe it was Stephen. Somebody said something. I'm ready to get back to 50 points. You know, and that's very well possible. I'm also excited about the quarterbacks that are behind Milroe.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Simpson, I don't know, but Dylan Lonergan, Julius saying, Eli Holstein's gone.
Wow.
Man, what you talk about a competition this year.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping Milroe stays right there. He needs to work on his short passes. And I believe that man, Mr. Grubb, is the man to show him the way to get to where he needs to be. I lost my train of thought. I was really had a good one for you, too.
So guys, I'm
Oh,
looking at it.
man.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right here, guys. Breaking, and it wasn't breaking. This was probably like 3 hours ago. Washington offensive line Parker Bellsford plans to enter the transfer portal. He's 6'2", 278. I think he's a center, guys. And we all know,
Oof.
we all know we all know that we've needed a center, right? And I'm pretty sure we got one. on the roster right now that they pretty much take over. And but if we have someone that's proven on another team, man, I say why not give him a try, man. So hey, 6'2", 278 guy from Washington. That's a little light in the britches. That's a lot of light in the britches, man, to be an offensive center, but offensive lineman. But hey, guy, who knows? Who knows, man? Let's go. Let me look at some of these comments real quick. Nick say I'm starting with Nick Saban because that's the one at the top. It said the DC from South Alabama is a name that is out there. Yeah, that's what we was talking about earlier. Nick Saban Jr. WJW Willow. Many times mobile quarterbacks who don't run and try to extend the play, stand in the pocket, run themselves into harm. Yeah, you're right, Willow. And sometimes, like you say, they run themselves into harm's way. They end up holding the ball a little bit too long, right? And then they try to process it at the last minute. And a lot of times they end up either throwing a pick or just fumbling the ball. One of those big defensive linemen tackle them, hit them right on the ball, and they get it out of there, man. So I agree with you on that, Willow. Let me see what BNS is saying. If we have an 11-game win season this year, folks are going to keep drinking that haterade. Yeah, they will, Beards. And you know what they would say?
Love it.
You know what the narrative would be, Beards? They would say that we're falling off because, even this year with a playoff berth, right? And we lost to Michigan, right? But we played Michigan, and I hate to say this because it makes it seem like we're just saying we're sacking fiddle to somebody. But we played Michigan as hard as any team that Michigan has played this year. This was the destiny for Michigan to win. But I bet you if Michigan can tell you one thing, the team that they don't want to play again is Bama. We took them in overtime, and we took them. We was leading most of the game, guys. I mean, we took them there. It's just we was making mental mistakes, man. The play calling and stuff was crazy, but I just believe in destiny, man. And it was Michigan's year this year, guys.
I'm gonna try to throw a little bit of fire under you guys. Coach DeBoer has been a winning coach everywhere he's been. Seemed like. How much more exciting can that be that he is trying to build another team? And I know Alabama gave Michigan a better game than what Washington did, but could you imagine with what he does in his winning style and bringing Mr. Ryan Grubb down here, that how great he can do with Alabama players? I mean, to me, it's
players.
just, yeah, and not Washington, Alabama talent. Oh, my goodness gracious. I cannot wait to see this offense this year. I really can't. I'm like everybody else. What are we going to do about the defense? What are we going to do? And before we move on too much, I want to know what's acceptable. What's acceptable?
Well, you know what Rags think. You know what's acceptable for me. We gonna be flying and hanging all off of your quarterback. Hey, Mr. Jaheim Otis is gonna be batting down balls at the line of scrimmage. We gonna be running for pick sixes. You know how I talk, man. No fly zone, man. Yeah, that's the way I'm talking right now, guys. But we know it's gonna be tough, man. But we still got some of the same guys, bro. We still got the Jaheim Otises and all those guys. I don't want to see the Jaheim Otis of last year. I want to see the Jaheim Otis of his freshman type caliber, or even better than that. I want to see a new and reformed Jaheim Otis come in and take over. I want to see the fire come out of these guys. I want to see Mr. Jaheim Campbell. I want to see Mr. Deontay Lawson. I want to see these guys just be nasty. And when I say nasty, I'm talking about freak nasty, man. I can't wait, bro. We still got these players on our defense, guys. I'm telling you, man. Let's get hyped. Let's get pumped for this, guys. Let's get pumped for this, man. I know it's hard, guys, and it was hard for me. But, guys, let's go, man. Let's go.
All right. So tell me, out of 12 games, what are you going to be satisfied with? Are you going to be satisfied with 8-4? Are you going to be satisfied with 9-3? Are you going to be satisfied with what's your number?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna give you my number, Icebox. I tell you this. I know it's got to be some drop off there, right? I'll be satisfied with maybe. Now, you know what I want to say, because I'm a Bama all the way. I'm a what they call us Gump. I'm
of course,
Gump all the way, right? I want to say I'm gonna be satisfied with no losses, right? But I got to be realistic. If we lose 2 games in the regular season, I gotta be satisfied with that, guys. I got to. I hate to say that. Deep down in my heart just palpitated a little bit when I said that, guys. But I think I'll be satisfied with 2. No more than 2. We get more than 2, I think I'm gonna be ready to just go down there and say, "Hey, DeBoer, hand me that book and let me tell you how to do some things."
All right. Before anybody else answers, my number was Get in the top 8.
Get in that top 8, right?
Get in the top 8. I
Okay.
think that would be a fantastic coaching
Hey, but
job.
I think you copping out. I think you copping out of this one now. Now we
Oh
got to
no.
say how many losses. How many losses do you think now?
Well, look at it this way: we're moving into a uh, new era of 12-team
Uh huh.
playoff. Divisions is wiped out.
Okay.
We've got Oklahoma, we've got Texas. Everybody has got a tough schedule. I think Alabama does have one of the tougher ones, but now Georgia can't hide. Tennessee can't
No,
hide. Okay,
you can't.
we all play tough games this year, which I think is fantastic. So it stands to reason, as tough as SEC is, if you have a 10-2 team,
Okay.
they are probably going to be better than any Pac 11-1. I'm not going to say they're going to beat a 12-0. Okay, I'm just not going to say that. But they're bound to be better than a 11-1 team from a Pac 12 or uh, Big Ten. Anybody ACC, a 9-3 would probably be better than a 12-0 in the ACC this time. So you see what I'm saying? That 10-2 will get us in the playoff. I'm pretty sure of it. And I'd like to see him win that game and get us into the top 8. I would say that he's had a good year, a very good
Okay.
year.
Let me do something real quick while you talking, and I'm gonna pull up something real quick, and I want to talk about. I want to make a point real quick because you bring up some good points. Icebox. Let me just do this real quick. Da, da, da.
You
This
ain't
is
lying,
my
Steven. Georgia
who
liable
Steven.
to lose their first game.
Who they
Stephen Hicks says UGA liable to lose their first game.
who they play first? Is it Clemson?
I don't know. All right, guys, and that's one thing. I am an Alabama fan. I don't stay up with Georgia. I don't stay up with Tennessee. I listen to their fans, but I don't follow them. I catch my information from this man. How do I point over here? There we go. This man over here and others and people that come on our show. Yeah, he says they play Oklahoma.
Okay, Oklahoma. Hey, I hope Oklahoma smack them up in that, but I'm not going to go there right now. I'm not going to go there right now, guys. So check this out. Check this out, Icebox, right? So we got Western Kentucky, first game, August 31st, right? We already know. That's going to be a good game for us because now you get some more of these guys out here. You get Jalen Milroe with even more game time if he's going to be the quarterback. I feel like I got a good feeling he's going to be our number one quarterback, right? So we're going to have him out there, but we're going to get him. That's going to be a good game for him to get acclimated with these receivers. Hopefully, Mr. Ryan Williams, Hale, and the other receivers, Obi Prentice, all of these guys, right? Law. Okay, so after that, we got South Florida. They're going to be coming up to Alabama this year. We owe them something because they put us through something last year, right? With just the little games they gave us. We play those. We played them September the 7th, right? Okay, September 14th, a little bit more of a challenge, right? We go up to Wisconsin, right? And we play I think it's Camp Randall is actually play where they actually at, right? And we play them, right? Wisconsin. I think there's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge, which that's good because that's what we need going into that week after that bye week. Okay, so that's September the 14th. September 21st, we're gonna have a bye week, right? September 28th, here comes the game. Georgia Bulldogs. Now, I won't lie. With everything that's going on, this game could go either way, right? I believe Georgia is going to be biting off a little bit more than they could chew because they're going to come in thinking that they're just going to beat us because we don't have that GOAT anymore, right? So that could be one loss right there. That could be. I'm just saying because that's a good. They are a great team. They have a great coach right now, right?
That depends on the defense, brother.
That depends on the defense, right?
Yeah.
After that, October the 5th, we go to Vanderbilt, right? If we let Vanderbilt beat us, like I said, I'm going up there, I'm talking to Mr. DeBoer, and I'm going to tell him, hey, man, hand me that playbook and get out of here and go on back up to Seattle right now. All right. After that, we have South Carolina, October the 12th, right? South Carolina, they was a very disappointing team last year with Mr. Spencer Rattler on the team. So what do you think they're going to be this year? Maybe even more disappointing, right? So I don't think we have to worry about those guys. Here it comes, October the 19th. We have to go to old Rocky Top, Tennessee. So we're going to play those guys, right? I don't think they're that big of a threat the way that they think that they are. I've seen memes and stuff that had a meme of Mr. I'm a Believer or whatever his name is. I'm a believer. They had that guy, right? And they said, this is the reason why Mr. Nick Saban retired. I said, come on, how delusional can you be? But they just want to be relevant some kind of way, right? So I think that we can beat those guys, man. It all depends on what, like you said, Icebox, what kind of defense are we bringing to this game?
Yeah.
October 26th, we got Missouri at home. Missouri is a shaky team. Some years they have an okay team. Some years they just, when you think they're going to be good, they plummet, right? So that's so-so. LSU, I don't believe that they're going to be the team that everybody think they're going to be. Bye-bye, Mr. Jayden Daniels. That Nussmeier guy is going to be the quarterback. I don't know why they have so much trust in him. After that,
But don't forget.
Okay.
And don't forget, they fired their whole defensive staff
at LSU, right?
At LSU. Mm-hmm.
So they're working with, because I know they went and got Mr. Bo Davis as a defensive line coach. So that's going to be a bright spot for them because we all know Mr. Bo Davis is a great coach, right? November 16th, we're playing against Mercer. Come on, guys. Okay, we'll skip that. November 23rd, we go out to Oklahoma, right? We know that's going to be tough, man. Those guys are going to play us tough. That can go either way. And then we got November the 30th, we got Auburn. We already know we're going to have Auburn last. So, guys, that's the schedule that we're looking at, right? What do you guys feel? I know Mr. Icebox asked you earlier, but with me reading that off and you hearing that, what kind of record do you think we guys – what would you be satisfied with? That's what Mr. Icebox asked earlier. What record would you guys be satisfied with? What are they saying over there? What are they saying in the comments?
I had to back up a little bit for the godfather of SEC.
Oh, he
says, yeah, he was. I don't know if he still is, but he's pretty knowledgeable on this kind of stuff. He stays up with it pretty good. First name on the list for D coordinator is Greg Schumann. Then number 2 is Phil Parker of Iowa.
Okay, now that would be now Mr. Kirby Smart is playing chess over there, but I can guarantee you this. Mr. Kirby Smart has some kind of confidence in Mr. Glenn Schumann because if he didn't, he would have made Muschamp the co-defensive coordinator alongside with Mr. Tavares Robinson. But what he did was he kept Glenn Schumann there. If we can steal Glenn Schumann out of Georgia, out of Athens, that would be a checkmate right there. That would be a checkmate move by Mr. DeBoer. And I tell you this, if he can go in there and interview this guy and put an impression on Mr. Glenn Schumann and bring him over to the capstone, guys, that is a checkmate. And Rags love checkmates, baby. I love it. So, Waylon, if that is the facts, because I've been hearing something else, Waylon, I've been hearing that guy, the head coach from South Alabama right now is one of the guys he just emerged as one of the favorites. But if that's the case, I like that, Waylon. Thank you for that information. I've been on it all day long, man. I've been looking. When you guys see me look down, I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking for more information, guys. So
it's happening.
that would be a great one. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming fast, guys. And sometimes you got to filter through some of this information because some people will give you false information. A lot of people are coming through this thing with their emotions, not the facts, right? Not the truth. So look at my guy here.
I see him.
Out of all comments, I caught that one out the corner of my eye, man. 5 and 7. That's a good one, Bond. Is him. That is a great one, actually.
Now Bond, is he an Alabama fan? Yeah, he can't be.
No, he's a Texas fan. He's Texas.
He's a Texas fan?
Yeah, he came in and said hook him earlier.
Is there a way I can hit this button and get him out of the chat? Is there any way? Any way possible? No, I'm just kidding, Bond.
Yeah, we got to keep those guys around. They make it a little bit more interesting, man. I love them, man. I'm going to give a shout out to one of my guys, man. Me and this guy go back and forth all the time. Motivated, dedicated. I don't know if he coming to your stream or not, Icebox.
I haven't seen him lately. Yeah, sometimes he does, but I haven't seen him lately.
He's always in my comments, man. And we always have long, we just keep going back and forth. And he don't know that fuels me. It makes me feel good. I have somebody to fight and argue with. But I want to give a shout out to him, man, because he came at me the other day, but we kind of was like talking like, man, come on, bro, don't hit me like that when Saban go down, man. Come on, let's keep this for another day. I'm hurt. He kind of backed off a little bit, man. I want to give a shout out to my guy, Motivated, Dedicated, man.
He's a good guy. I really like it. Yeah. And I'll tell you another one. I haven't seen him on tonight. Mr. Ken, Tennessee fan.
Oh, Mr. Ken.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on with us. He was on with us. Not
oh,
on
my
the
guy,
show.
my guy. My guy, Ken. That's what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen.
he
Yeah. Okay.
he was trying so desperately to come on our show to get with us on some stuff, and I would have loved to have him on. Loved to. I had my finger on the button. I'm over. Where's he at? Come on, so I get that button and bring him on the show. And bless his heart, I don't know what service he's using. He couldn't come on, but man, I would have loved to have him on. Would have loved it.
Hey,
Uh,
hey guys,
man,
I
is
hate I've
him.
been
You
missing
come over too.
I hate.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Ban is him. Bond is him. I'm sorry. Bond is him. Check my guy Icebox out, man. They got a show. Call it out, Icebox.
Bam Dam Sports. We
Bam
got a
Dam
show on
Sports.
Tuesday nights. We have one usually on Saturdays, and I'll have to explain Saturday. But Sunday is definitely another lock in with Mr. Van Edwards. Very entertaining, very, very knowledgeable young man. We often get Nick Saban Jr. Hopefully we can get a few more to come on. It's always entertaining with him. I'm not going to say Mr. Lucian with Bama Standard comes on there sometimes. So it ends up being a great show. If you love football, don't miss that. Saturday nights.
Okay. Saturday night.
Saturday
So you
night
still going on Saturday nights, huh? With all every hey, and I hate to get off
wait a
topic.
minute.
Okay. Go ahead.
You're going to love this.
Okay.
I am going off the beaten path.
Okay.
I'm going to be first 3 or 4 shows coming up. I'm going to be doing a Bigfoot show.
Okay.
Okay. I know it's off the wall, off the beaten path.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
But I'm just getting started, so it's going to be fun. But I've already got a couple of names that y'all might find interesting. One of them's a big national name, and I was surprised when I emailed him and said, "Hey, man, would you come on the show?" And he goes, "Yeah, absolutely. Glad you invited me." Okay, come on the show. So I'm kind of nervous. Go ahead.
So is it going to be like Bigfoot sightings and stuff like that? Oh man, that's dope. I watch that stuff all the time on National Geographic and all that stuff, man. So I will be tuning in. Hey,
well, I
maybe
tell you
go
what.
through the woods and find me walking through and think I'm Bigfoot. Boom, 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 boom. That's Rags over there, man.
Hey, I am armed.
Oh, don't shoot me now.
I'm gonna tell you this much: I'm gonna try to do 5, but if I can't, I'll do 4. But my last show is gonna be a little bomb drop. Let's see, is Roll Tide Rise Up still in here?
Oh,
Roll
so we
Tide,
got
if you
so.
still,
Hey,
no,
I hate
no,
I
no.
missed you guys. Go ahead. Nice box.
Roll Tide, if you're in here, you keep it quiet, buddy. You keep it quiet. He knows my bomb. Nobody knows it in this chat room, unless he's already dropped it. And he said he wouldn't. He knows my bomb that's going to be out the end of the show, the end of the series.
Okay.
After that, we're going to be looking into the Dog Man. I don't know nothing about it, but I'm going to try to get guests to come on and explain that to me. And whatever else anybody else wants to talk about, their fears, basically.
Gotcha.
Weird stuff.
Gotcha.
Some people want UFOs. Some people want this. Some people want that. We'll see how it goes.
And that's going to be on the Icebox channel or the Bam Dam channel?
I'm going to do the Bigfoot stuff on the Icebox and the Bam Dam because I didn't want to leave out our folks over in Bam Dam. But after that, I will change all the way over to Icebox.
Okay.
Icebox is my channel. You'll see a guy, ugly old guy like me with his face turned and a Batman shirt, and it's in black and white. But it's Icebox at Icebox. I believe it's 1.0.
Hey guys, I want to take the time out. I want to take the time out to acknowledge some people over here in the chat. I'm going to acknowledge every person that even types in here because that's one of my pet peeves when I go to other channels and I say stuff to people and they just look at you. A lot of them look at you and they ignore you on purpose. I am not that guy, guys. Here recently, I've been looking at the phone trying to find information out, so I have not seen a lot of the comments. But I will acknowledge my brother, Roll Tide and Rise Up. I want to acknowledge Chatman family, right? Roll Tide, Roll Chatman family. Smooth, I see you, Smooth. Undefeated. Smooth said undefeated. That's all. Who else is in here that I haven't acknowledged yet? Chatman family. I've acknowledged my boy BNS, Stephen Hicks, Shalonda T. Hey, shout out to you, Shalonda T. Bond is him. We got him. And T Betty, we got those guys. because I just had to take out a minute to acknowledge the people in the chat, because you guys are the guys that keep this stuff to going, keep this stuff to rolling. And like I say, man, that's one of my big pet peeves when I go into other channels when they really don't acknowledge people, man. I don't care if I had 1 billion subscribers, I would take the time out to go over there and acknowledge all 1 billion of them if I could. But yeah, back to what we were talking about, guys. Yeah, man. Hey, I want to.
I got to hit Blake Miles. I got to hit Blake Miles. Roll Tide, brother. Robert Parrish, never seen you before, but Roll Tide. Welcome to the Rags channel. Chapman family. Hey, man, good to see you guys again. Go ahead, but Benda James. I don't know, but hey, Roll Tide. Go ahead.
I must have didn't go up that high enough to see these people, man. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I didn't see you. And I still don't see. I just went up and still. Okay, Blake Miles, I see you. Roll Tide, roll, Blake Miles. Yes, sir. So yeah, like we were saying, man, we was talking about this roster and all of the stuff that's been going on with the Alabama Crimson Tide, guys. Our beloved Alabama Crimson Tide. Let me ask you guys another question. And I know this is a pretty hard question to answer right now, but I want to know, do any of you guys think that you would be in attendance for this new regime, for this Alabama A-Day that's coming up? Do you guys think that you may be interested in showing up for that? Because I'm going to tell you what, you know who's going to be in the building, guys. Like, I would have to be dead and buried in the ground not to be in this thing, man. So I'm telling you, I'm going to try my best to be there. And it would be really nice. It would be really a privilege to meet a lot of you guys, man. So if y'all gonna be in the building, I'm talking to the guys over here in the chat right now. I'm pretty sure Mr. Icebox is gonna be there, right?
You do know where I live, right?
I know.
Oh, and you're killing me with this.
I'm just trying to entice you.
I would go and be Rag's footstool if I could sit there and watch that game. No doubt about it.
Well, hey, I will tell you this. You got plenty of time to plan for it. It's usually around the like the 3rd week of April or something like that, man. April 22nd or something like that. Hey, Bund is him. I appreciate you. Bund is him. Told me he subscribed, man. And he said he subscribed to you, Icebox. Okay, we appreciate that too. Robert Parrish, I see you, man. Thank you for tuning in to the channel. Bena James, Rose 251, you down there in the South, baby. Hey, and be glad that you're in the South right now, because it's a lot of snow and icy stuff going on in the North Alabama right now, guys. Jimmy Bryant, Roll Tide, roll, baby. Yeah, man, I'm loving it, guys. Thank you, thank you, Bun, man, for subscribing to both of us, man. That makes our day, man. We talk Alabama football all the time, but we are those guys that's we're understandable of all, and I talk about all programs, especially when it comes to recruiting. Guys, we have fun, and I'm having fun with Icebox tonight. So you guys better believe he's gonna be a regular right here on Rags and Fitness. You better believe it.
I'm enjoying myself. You know I am. You know how I roll.
Yeah, man. It's a starving to see who's gonna. Everybody's asking the same question. Even let me see what Roll Tide say. We all need to show up. Yeah, Roll Tide. That's what I'm saying. Roll Tide and rise up. So I'm guaranteeing you, I see you there. Last year we all got there. We was all there together. I think Roll Tide and Rise Up was there. I think Mr. William Brown. Where is Mr. William Brown tonight? That's who I'm missing, the Reverend. I'm missing him. But he was there last year, and we was all in the same building. And guess what? We didn't even get to see each other, guys. But this year, this is going to be different. We're going to see each other. And Rags don't drink, and Rags don't smoke. But boys, I'm gonna be on the fence this go around, man, because we gotta party it up. We gotta party it up this year, guys. I'll have me a Red Bull or a Monster or something, guys, and we'll drink that together. But it's gonna be fun, guys.
Oh, I could only imagine. Now William was on my show last night, I think it was last night, and we had a great time. I would love to come down there, guys. And I'm gonna tell you what, I will sit right next to Rags, and I'll smoke enough for him that he'll be coming home going.
Hey, we're gonna all sit together, because look, we see Roll Tide Rise Up say Mr. Jimmy Bryant said, can't wait to meet you all. STL. What I'm guessing you're saying, Mr. Jimmy Bryant, is that you're out in St. Louis right now, and you're gonna make the trip from St. Louis. Man, it's gonna be fun, guys. If we do get to see each other, like I say, the way that everything's been going lately, guys, I've been having so much death in my family, guys. Just 2 within the last 2 weeks, and I've had friends that's died. I turn on Facebook, guys, and that's all I see is RIP. I don't know what's going on here, guys. And rest in peace to our guy, Coach Dude. I just found that out from my guy Icebox, right? Guys, it's been a lot going on, man, and then with the news of Mr. Nick Saban hitting us, man, it's been like a ton of bricks, guys. But we must keep going. We must keep rolling. Like I say earlier in my in this live, I said, please keep God first, guys. You'll hear me saying that a lot, man. But just do that. Do yourself a favor. Do us a favor, man. Keep God first, man.
Yeah, you don't need to wait so long to come back on. You don't know how I'll sit here. And of course, I'm in the backstage, and I get to watch Rag go. Keep God first, and I just love to hear that so much. But yeah, especially the way to hear him say, "Hey, man,"
Hey,
it just
man.
tickles. Yeah, I love it. And
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
can't wait to hear you say, keep God first is very important,
yeah.
and I love to hear it. So
I
don't be
appreciate that.
taking so long to come back on.
Yeah, I got you, man. I appreciate that. I've been working overtime a lot, guys, and I'm trying to put some more work into this right here, guys, because I want to give you guys as much news as I can give you. I've been traveling, guys. I've been talking to recruits. You guys, I don't know if you watched my live video. I know it begins off kind of shaky. I had the camera sideways and all that stuff. But if you guys take out time to watch my last live from the Army All-American Bowl, you will see me talk to. I talked to Amari Jefferson. I talked
Yeah.
to Mincy. I talked to even Edric Houston. I talked to that guy. I talked to that big running back we got, Hill. I talked to Zabian Brown, all of these guys, if y'all want to see that, go to my live. You can go back and forth and see, but I know it's a lot of talking and the camera kind of flipping around. Here soon, I will have top notch stuff when I go to these places, and it's gonna be movie like, guys. But if you want to see that, see me talk to these recruits and see them react, and I really love Mr. Mincy's reaction at the very end of the video. So if you watch it, watch Mr. Mincy's reaction at the very end, man. He gives a great reaction, and I love it. I haven't heard any of those guys decommitting or anything like that recently, but it's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful.
Now, is he the one that says,
Blitz,
I'm gonna say
Bama, Blitz.
that's him? Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't want to
yeah,
give it
yeah.
away.
Yeah. Blitz, Bama, Blitz, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
if our defense could get to that, that's what their little slogan
yeah,
needs to be this year.
yeah.
Blitz, Bama, Blitz. I love that. That was
I'm
great.
telling you
That's great
guys.
stuff.
You guys would really like it if you go and watch that live. And like I
You
say,
will.
it's very raw. It's very raw. It's very uncut. Right. It's not professional at all. Right. But you can scroll past some of that stuff, man. But just watch me interact with these recruits. Right. And I'm telling you, I'm talking to. I even talked to Sammy Brown, the linebacker that went to Clemson, number 47. I talked to him. And guys, I'm gonna tell you this. I watched these guys talk to a lot of the other people that was out there talking to them. And as soon as I came, I don't know what it was about me, but as soon as I came up and started talking to them, they smiled. So watch the video and you will see them. They'll start smiling. I talked to Mr. Daniel Hill, the running back that we got from out of Meridian, Mississippi. And as soon as I walked up to him, he started smiling. And then his dad even came and found me and started talking to me, man. So I mean, it was beautiful talking to those recruits, man. And I haven't heard, like I said before, I reiterate, I haven't heard of Daniel Hill, Mr. Mincy, Zabian Brown, none of those guys talking about decommitting. I haven't heard it yet, guys.
That's good. That's good because
Yeah,
it seemed like some great young men that you was talking to. I was watching. I'm
yeah.
there at your live. I'm the one that's over. Hey, Rags, pan the camera to the right just a little bit because there's some good looking little gal over there.
I heard it. I saw it. Yes, sir. That was
uh,
beautiful, man. That was beautiful.
the-
Hey, and here's another thing, guys. Okay, so I take these trips. If you watch some of the footage that I got, I go to the Under Armour All American game, and then this year. I went to the Army All American game. I'm going to be needing a team here soon, guys. I'm going to be needing a team of people to go with me, and I would love to select some of you guys to go with me, man. It's usually me, Rags by himself. I got other people that I could probably get to go with me, but that ain't what I want. I would like to have some of you guys go with me, some people that's gonna really appreciate it, man. And once I get everything right out, hotel, we try to get your hotel paid for and all that stuff. But I'm gonna be looking for a team, man, to actually go with me, and we can get so much more stuff covered than just me by myself out there talking to the recruits. I know a few people that know a few people, and that's how I kind of get into some of these spots that I get into. And like I said, man, yeah, we're gonna try to do a little bit more for the future, man. And I want to be we're gonna be more for the people, man. It's not just gonna be sitting back and just letting all the views and all the stuff accumulate and not actually reaching back out to the people. And I hope you guys know that. Giveaways and all that.
Hey, they are the ones that put you where you're at,
Yeah.
and we appreciate the chat room and people that subscribe and everything. But the chat room is so much fun for me.
Yeah.
Tuesday nights, I do come on sometimes. I ain't gonna say I don't, but I get to sit and run the board. You might say I get to run the chat room, and I get to post up your chats and such. And
Yeah.
I get so involved over there. You guys make it so much fun for me.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it, and we appreciate y'all. And I know Rags does too. I
There
know
you
he
go.
does.
There you go. What was you about to say?
Uh, don't do it to me.
Yeah. He's
No,
down here.
because you know he's
Look,
over
he's
here.
down there.
You
He
know he's
see
over
you.
here. He's over
He's
here
over
in
here.
the.
He's watching you. Yeah.
And then he
I
gonna
gotta
tell
be
my
calm.
little secret. He gonna drop my bomb.
We're
Hey,
gonna see if he picked up on it. He might not have picked up on it. We're gonna see.
oh no, don't nothing get past him.
Oh, you
Nothing.
believe he picked up on
Oh, I guarantee it.
it?
You watch.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. I'll just twiddle my thumbs just for a minute.
Yep.
He'll say
Yep.
something here in just a
Yep.
minute. He'll nail me. That's
But
right.
yeah.
Hey, now wait a minute. Did you catch me singing happy birthday to him?
No, when was his birthday?
Don't know. All I know is somebody said,
Oh.
"Hey, today is his birthday." I said, "Really?" I sung happy birthday to him, Marilyn Monroe style.
Oh, I might have been in there, man. I just can't remember. Hey, T Betty, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Robert Parrish says ran for defensive blitz. Hey, blitz, baby, blitz. Bond is him. What NFL team do y'all support? Hey, Bond, me personally, I like the Rams, man. Right now I'm a Rams, but I can see myself. See, Bond, let me tell you something. I'm gonna try not to keep this long. I'm not a real big NFL guy. Right now I'm a Rams fan, right? And I'm gonna keep being a Rams fan, but I'm closer to the Atlanta Falcons, so I can go to their games a little bit more. So I kind of go out and check those guys out too, and also the Jacksonville Jaguars. I may check them out, but I'm a Rams fan though. Let's see.
You get to watch
Jamming.
everybody else's good team come see y'all. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I
Be
know what you're doing.
jamming, roll tide, roll baby. Have we ain't seen Be jamming today, have we? He said roll tide, rags, and icebox. Be jamming.
No, we ain't seen him today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this: I used to love the Chicago Bears because they were mean, tough, and they had Walter Payton.
Yeah, they had
not
that.
so much now, but
Yeah.
now I like to coach. I do like to coach, but hey, I'm old school. So if you're gonna ask me anything NFL, it was the Chicago Bears from way back.
Yeah, man. That refrigerator Perry, man. Those guys was dangerous, man.
Oh yeah,
Mike Singletary and those guys, man. Yeah, they was
Mhm.
dangerous back in them days, man. Rhonda Barnett, we see you. I see T. T said just joined in. Who do you guys see as Bama's defensive coordinator for 2024? T, that is hard right now, guy. Right now we praying. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm pulling straws right now. I'm praying for somebody good. I'm praying for somebody that's used to the program. That's these kids maybe used to seeing, man. Something familiar right now, T. Something that we can try to keep these kids here, man. For the most part, a lot of these guys are locked in, but we got some key players like Caleb Downs and those guys, man, that he's on the fence right now, man.
Well, I tried to tell you when you hollered at me, we had just done what we had to do with Coach Dude, and you said, "Hey, man, you want to get on there and talk about some of the coaching changes going on and stuff like?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I hope I could stay up with you, because it's been so many." And I told him, I said, between last night and tonight, I said there ain't no telling what's going to happen, what changes are going to be made, who said what, who's done this, who's done that, just in 24 hours. And we cannot guarantee who is going to be the DC. We all got our own ideas, but it could be different tomorrow. A whole new name come up out of nowhere, So we don't know, guys. We're with y'all, and I guarantee you, somebody, as soon as something happens, Rags, we'll let you know. If not, come see us at Bam Dam Sports. We'll let you know as far as up to date as we know. Our viewers over there, they're very well educated, and they're on the money about this kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
y'all come see us and stay with Rags, and you'll find out. But as soon as everybody else knows, that's amazing. They know before I know 2 hours before. Go ahead.
Jimmy Bryant say, Rags, I hope you meet Miles McVay. Hey, Jimmy Bryant, I've met him several times, guy. Hey, check this out. If you go to Rags archive and you go to the live section, I can't remember which one it is. I think it states something like Amari Jefferson just commits or something like that. You're gonna see a picture of Bryant Denny Stadium. If you go there and you look through that, you're gonna see me talking to Mr. Miles McVay, and he's sitting right next to JC Latham, I think. So I get to talk to JC Latham, Miles McVay, and I also talk to I ain't gonna forget names today. What's my guy name? The offensive tackle that everybody. I can't believe I'm forgetting this guy's name. But anyway, I talked to most of the offensive linemen. I talked to Burton. I talked to Ja'Cory Brooks at that time. I thought would be a big contributor, but he really wasn't. I talked to pretty much a lot of those guys, man. Yeah, I see that Jason Dosia. He said this right here by Jim Harbaugh. I believe that too, man. I believe that too.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. Yeah, go ahead.
But see, the thing about that is I don't believe Jesse Milroe will come, because this is the thing. I believe they're going to keep most of their coaching staff, because from what they're saying is that offensive coordinator, they're just going to slide him up and, replace him as far as offensive coordinator go. But that's just rumors of what we're hearing. I also heard a while back, and you guys see I put an article out there that Mr. Brian Kelly would be interested in going back to Michigan, which, like I say, it's all rumors. But hey, who knows, man? With the way things been going here recently, we don't know.
Money, 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 money.
That's what it is. Money. That's what it is. This might be unrealistic, but if Jesse Milroe can't look, he's saying the same thing about Jesse Milroe. I don't know, man. From what I saw, he had a spectacular defense, right? Because the beginning of that Michigan and Alabama game, we just couldn't. Caden Proctor is the guy's name I was just trying to think of. It just came to me, guys. If you go back to the video, you will see that I'm talking to Caden Proctor and all the offensive linemen. But back to what I was just saying is, they was tearing Caden Proctor up, man. They even tore J.C. Latham up a few times if you go back and look at some of that film. So I don't know if that was the coach or the players was just fired up to play, because everybody was pretty much saying they were scared to play Alabama and all of this. As being a former football player myself, if you tell me that I'm scared of somebody, I'm going to go out there and blow them all the way off the ball. I don't care how big they are, how talented they are, how much of an All-American they are. I'm going to blow him completely off of the ball. So I'm looking at it like that. It's a competitor type thing, and those guys came out to show us something, and we still played them to the whistle, man. We had to go after the whistle and actually win that game. So do we want UGA defensive coordinator? Stephen Hicks asked. I think Glenn Schumann is a great defensive coordinator from what we've seen. I mean, Georgia's been playing pretty good defense. Last year, they really didn't play that. They wasn't as dominant last year as they have been in the past. But I think Glenn Schumann will still be a great coach, and that would be a big checkmate, like I said earlier, if we could get him and show that Georgia program that, hey, we're still here to stay. Proctor, yeah, Bun is him. Caden Proctor. That's what I was trying to say, man. It just wouldn't come out for some reason, man.
Mr. Bryant says he's Miles McVay's uncle.
Is he? Where he say that?
That's what he said.
Okay, Miles. Okay, hey, Miles McVay. Okay, so I got several different videos with Mr. Miles McVay on it. If you look at my okay, so if you're his uncle, I think I talked to his dad at the game. At the Under Armour game, right? And if you go back and look at one of them videos, you will see they're throwing a different merchandise and stuff at us. And his dad is like right there beside me talking to me. And I said something to him, and he was like, I said, that's my boy out there. I said, we was talking back Roll Tide Road and all that. But that's when he was big. McVay was a big guy. He come to the University of Alabama within a few months, and he had to drop every bit of 70 pounds, man. This guy is lean. He's lean now. The last time I saw him, I walked past the gate and we sat there and we talked. And I said, hey, man, you're going to be a beast. I told him, I said, man, you've lost a lot of weight. You're trimming up and you're getting good. He looked at me, he said, yes, sir. He's a very polite, mannerable guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Miles McVay, I like that dude, man. And hopefully he get a shot to get on this offensive line, man, and actually perform because he's a beast, man.
I'll just talk about the DC, uh, and I don't mean to change the subject on you,
No, you good, you
but I'm
good.
kind of wondering. I'm wondering if we could get, uh, I guess it's Mentor from Michigan. To be honest with you, he tore our little offense up.
He
We could
did.
not play ball that night. And he was coming through that line. I say he is. His team, his defensive line was coming through our offensive line like we were nothing. Made us look like we were in our first game or playing the South Carolina or South Florida again. So I'm wondering if he wouldn't be a better fit for us than Schumann.
He may be. And that's the thing. I think as a Alabama fan base, we're gonna be mad if we don't get that guy with those southern ties, those southern roots that's been recruiting that footprint, that area for a while. But we may have to slow up for a little bit and take what we know is good, right? Because this is one thing we know is that Mr. DeBoer is a winner, right? He's won with his offense.
Oh,
We know that Grubb is a winner. He's won with his offenses, right? We have to trust the defense. We have to trust the process, and hopefully Mr. DeBoer has a great process lined up, and hopefully he leaned back on Saban when it comes to, you know, making this process up or leaning on this process, man.
and don't forget, I mean, we've got a lot to look forward to this year. I am jealous that I can't make it to the A game. Who knows? Things may happen between now and then. Um, what we do, we've got a winning coach. We've got a winning offensive coach. Yeah, we're losing players here. Seems like left and right. Uh, but I don't think that we're really falling off that far behind. Nick Saban Jr. really encourages me a lot when he says the guys that we're losing are not the ones on the field. And we've got
That
so much talent that's coming up, including with the recruits that we've got this year. We
yeah.
have got a lot, a lot. Where it's not doomsday, guys. No, far from it. Far from it.
I like what Cornelius Jelks just said. Hey, Cornelius Jelks, welcome to the channel, man. He said, I think he was tired of all those assistant coaches, including T-Rob. I think what he's saying, tired of losing them, man. And that's one thing about Nick, man. You got to understand the pressure he was put under every year to hire, just about every year, to hire a new offensive and defensive coordinator. If one stayed, the other left, and sometimes both left, right? And just think the pressure that he was under. He was under. So I'm gonna put this into perspective for you real quick. He was under so much pressure that he went out one year and got Bill O'Brien. He went out and got Mr. Pete Golden, guys. Like that's how much pressure that Nick Saban was under, man. And we like to think that the GOAT would make great decisions all the time, but he's a human, guys. And those wasn't the
Yeah.
best decisions, man. And as we seen, Mr. Bill O'Brien behind the scenes was kind of stirring up some stuff, right? Making people feel like they weren't worth it. But everything
Yeah,
worked
we
out in
don't we
the
don't
end.
need that.
Now we don't need that, and everything worked out in the end, man. So
Let me say this about Nick Saban Jr. Not, I'm so, don't crucify me,
you,
okay?
you on his mind, Nick Saban Jr.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, let's say this about Nick Saban. He come here from the Dolphins. He was over at LSU. Thought he'd try out the NFL. He come over here, and from what I understand, he was tired of the crybabies in the NFL. They make so much money, you can't tell me what to do. I know how to do this and do that. Saban got out of there. Saban is a disciplinarian, and I say that in a nice way. Uh, but he cannot stand that you will not listen to his teaching, his coaching.
Yeah,
And now that all these kids are coming in now, money, money, money. Where's the
yeah,
bag? I make more money than you do.
yeah,
You can't tell me this is. I really believe that was getting under him. It's like he fell back in his NFL days. I believe that's why he's finally retired. To be honest with you,
yeah.
that and the age and things change, transfer portal, such. Uh, I believe that's the real reason that he retired.
And he stated, if you watch that interview with him and Reese Davis on ESPN, he stated that he was just getting a little older and he wanted his health to he didn't want his health to
Mm,
decline and stuff like that. He also stated that the NIL was not the reason. Guys, I do want to
I
say
know.
this. I do want to say this. I have listened to Mr. Nicholas Saban. He has given me some good advice indirectly, not even knowing it, right? Trust the process. Uh Mediocre people don't like overachievers, and overachievers don't like mediocre people, right? But this is one thing that I do not believe Mr. Nicholas Saban on. I don't believe it. I believe the NIL was kind of getting on his nerves a little bit. That's just my thoughts, guys. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong, but you got to understand when you're going through college football in this one way, and then you start getting these. That's any job, right? Say for instance, you're at your job and you're going through it one way, and this big change come up, and you're like, "Wow, like this is really taking a toll on us, right?" Anybody would get tired of that, right? And I don't think Mr. Nicholas Saban. I think that's a little bit of pride, right? He don't want to admit that that was one of the things, but I do believe that that NIL was a big issue, guys. Now we got Mr. Michael Laney here, man. Welcome to the channel, man. He said this. He made a statement. He said, "Won't get Schumann. I wish, but no. It's a lateral move. He is waiting for a head coach job." But let me tell you this, Michael Laney. This is what I do believe, right? I believe this. If he came to Alabama, he would have the total dictatorship over that defense, right? Some people would look at that as an opportunity. Some people would look at that as too much pressure, right? What it looks like to me is these guys are comfortable over at Georgia, bouncing ideas off of each other, right? And being in the same room together and not really having that clear leader, right? Because it's a co thing, right? Anytime you look at co, that means it's 1A, 1B. This guy would get more money if he come to Bama, I believe. I believe Bama would bring the bag out and give it to him, but he would have control over that defense because we all know that Mr. DeBoer is just not a defense type of guy. If you come to Bama, you're going to be that guy on the defensive coordinator job. Now, it's going to be somebody out there with some big old balls, right, that's going to be willing to take that on. But right now, I think a lot of these guys, now we blame a lot of this stuff on players. We say these young players these days, they don't know how to be loyal. But you think about these coaches. A lot of these coaches are young too, and they don't want to have to, it's a lot of stuff they don't want to have to do and want to have to take over right now at this point in time in their lives. And that's okay. That's your choice. But as far as that being a lateral move, it may be as far as just the position. But I will say this, he will have total control, and I believe they will pay him a little bit more money.
All right. I want you in the chat room to straighten me out. And I hope that y'all can't. Because I would laugh. Oh, my goodness gracious. I would have just a ball with this one. I read somewhere today that Kirby Smart is talking to the Atlanta Falcons.
I would love it.
So y'all straighten me out. Because, there was a Milroe thing that was false. I'm wondering if this ain't either. But I did read it somewhere, and it's something about it is not right. That they did say that Kirby Smart is talking to the Atlanta Falcons. I would love it if he did. I would. Oh,
Now let me tell you my thought on this. Now, there's some wishful thinking, but I would love every piece of it, man. Just because of this Georgia fan base right now, they are coming at us. Oh, it's over. But could you imagine they wake up in the morning the same way that we woke up, turn on the phone, look at the computer, Kirby Smart is leaving. And I'm gonna tell you something. We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons, but Mr. Jerry Jones and them Dallas Cowboys just got beat real bad by those Green Bay Packers. Don't count Mr. Jerry Jones out either, because he's going to want something young and something innovative and something different. I believe everybody's saying that Bill Belichick is either going to be going to the Falcons or something like that. The Cowboys may look at it. But you never know about Mr. Jerry Jones, man. So, hey, look forward to it. I believe they at least call him and ask him. Now, will he take it? I don't know, because right now he's in a great position. He really is. With the GOAT retiring, right now, if you look at the landscape, Harbaugh's gone. You're looking at it's Kirby Smart or nobody. So, but on the other end, you can look at it like this: it's Kirby Smart or nobody. That really put more pressure on Kirby Smart. Now, Kirby Smart, with all of these guys leaving, you're so happy. You're poaching our coaching, our football players, and all that. If you don't win, and you're looked at to be the guy right now, and you can't win, something's wrong there, man. So, Kirby Smart, if you're listening to me right now, go ahead and pack your bags. Just get on out of here and go on to the NFL right now, man.
And let us have some fun.
Hey, man, yeah.
Oh, I just think if Jim Harbaugh was gone too. Oh, the Michigan. Man, I ain't even gonna get started on Michigan fans. I hate to ruin a good show. I'll tell you what, that's pitiful. But yeah, we would have so much fun.
I like that. Yes, it would. The same way that they're around Tuscaloosa right now.
Hey, I made a comment a while ago. Winners talk about winning. Losers talk about the winners. That's the way it is. And that's where Georgia, all these other folks are talking about Alabama because Alabama's always a winner. Always.
Always a winner, man. And like I say, even if you're against Alabama, man, I hope that you guys would at least take the time to use your hindsight and look back at what happened, man, in this college landscape, man. Mr. Nick Saban was special, I think, to a lot of people, man. If you think
Yeah.
about it, if it wasn't for Nick Saban, it wouldn't be a lot of stuff going on. You turn it on ESPN and you see these instant classic games. A lot of these games have to do with Nick Saban, whether he won or whether he lost. When you look at the Clemson games when he lost, that's instant classic. When you look at these Auburn games, the kick six and all of this different stuff, man, it's instant classics. When you look at the LSU games, man, it's instant classics. And if you look at this Michigan, the last game that he played, this Michigan and Alabama game, with us taking them to the playoff in the playoffs, taking them to an overtime game, they're gonna name that a classic, man. Mr. Nick Saban has coached some big games, whether he won or whether he lost them, man. He was that big of a figure, that big of an aura around college football, guys, and it's just something to marvel at, man. It's something to think about and say, I was a part of that. No matter if you liked him or you didn't, that was something big to be a part of. And by the way, before it get too late, I want to say happy birthday to Miss Terry Saban today, guys. Happy birthday.
I'm not going to sing to her. Don't forget 4th and Milroe. That was great.
That was a great
Robert
one.
Parrish. Robert Parrish. What's wrong with you, man?
What do you say?
Bring back Mike Shula?
To do what? Yeah, we'll bring him back. He can come back, but he gonna have
we
to
need
make
a good
sure
water boy.
Yeah, exactly. He better make sure the ice and the water is over there in the tubs over there. He's welcome to come back. We need the grass cut. We need the lines painted on the field. We need all this stuff done.
Oh, Lord. And nothing personally against the Mike Shula, but
we love you to death, Mike, but we can't afford that right now. No, Mike.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry. Sound like a wimp. Ha.
Chris Shula would be up, man, please.
I need to meet Mr. Michael Lanning. I really do. He just does not know.
Mr. Michael Lanning, who?
Well, he says, Icebox sounds like a wimp. Sure.
Who said that?
Hey, I'm being nice tonight.
I don't even see that. That's
Do you
crazy.
not?
I don't even see that comment. Oh, he said not a wimp. He said not a wimp. He didn't try to say a wimp.
Not a wimp.
Yeah, I don't think he tried to say that.
Wimp. Sounds like Michael. I apologize.
You see that? You see that? Icebox is a Bama man. So when you get him started, when you get the motor to going, he's ready to go. He's off to the races, man.
I'm being nice tonight. Really, I am. Let's put it this way. I'm so used to Georgia fans, Michael. When I see something and it run together like that, I'm on the defense right away. So I apologize.
I didn't think Michael said, because I've been watching Michael comments and it's all been about Bama stuff, and it's all been positive.
And he's got some good stuff in there.
Yeah. So Script A, welcome to the channel. Script A says Jacksonville State has an awesome defense. Oh, come on, man. I don't know about that one. You know what, Script A? Like I said, once again, if you scroll through my library on my channel, you'll see that I attended the first Jacksonville State game this season, Jacksonville State versus UTEP. We was there, we was watching it, man, and Jacksonville State had a very good team this year, man. Actually, no, all jokes aside, they actually had a pretty good team this year, man.
Hey, now I would say this, Michael, you're right. Wimp Sanderson was one of my favorite guys to listen to when I was around in Birmingham delivering stuff. He come on there, and he was the one that I learned, and I've stuck with it ever since he said it. If you ain't got it, because he liked to bet, and he would tell you, that football team, this football team, that football team. If you didn't have an O-line, he was betting against you. And he would tell you, if you ain't got an O-line, you're not going to win the game. And that's why I'm so hard on O-lines to this day. This has been years and years ago, and I found that what he said is true. If you don't have an offensive line, you can't do nothing. Can't do it.
Exactly.
But, yeah, hey, if you say something about Wimp Sanderson, thank you. I appreciate it. I do.
Hey, welcome to the channel, D. Campbell. He says, I'm really excited about our new coach, Nick 72, enjoying retirement. Mike had 10-win season under a 25 scholarship reduction, y'all. Mike wasn't that bad. I agree with you. He was going through stuff when he actually we was going through stuff when he actually took over the program. And maybe we shouldn't be so hard on him. But oh man, it was something about it, man. It was something about it. And it's also a quarterback that we had that I played college. I played football, not college football. I played high school football where he was kind of playing high school football, and I wasn't too fond of this quarterback either. I'm not gonna name his name because you all know him. He was a big time quarterback with Alabama, but I just didn't think in high school that he was that good to actually get that and go there. And he did okay, man, but I just wasn't that big on the quarterback. And he quarterbacked under Mike Shula, and that was just to me a combination that was just crazy, man. So that was just one of my things, guys.
Well, with Mike Shula, just to be honest with you guys, I watched him, and the only thing that I could really get out of him, he was good between the 20s. If he was 20-yard line, he could throw the ball. He could do what he wanted to. But by the time he got into the red zone, it's like he lost his mind. If he was behind on the backside of the other 20, he was going to punt. He just couldn't get out of that hole. That's the only thing I had against Mike Shula.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yes, sir, guys.
Laid to rest on that.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Icebox.
I feel like, Mr. Rags is going to bring us to the end because he works like I do. I will tell you, this has been fun. It's been great. But, guys, keep your nose and ears open because change is going to change in the blink of an eye until we get this going. And it's really going to think about it. Last year and this year, it's going to be such an exciting time. It's great to be an Alabama fan right now and forever always will be. But these last 2 years, this year and this coming year, is going to be something awesome to watch, sit back, and enjoy the ride.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the ride. Buckle your seatbelts up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going somewhere, man. We're going into orbit. So, guys, like Icebox said, man, we got a little work to do, and I'm pretty sure you guys may have a little work to do too. If you're in my area, it's it's a wintry mix going on. So, guys, a lot of the kids gonna be in school, man. I hope everybody be safe these next few days with all this snow and stuff going on, guys. It was fun tonight, guys. If you guys don't mind, if you could do me a big favor for all the people that's not subscribe to the channel, can you please subscribe to the channel, right? Go over, and if you can, subscribe to Mr. Icebox channel and Bam Damn Sports, right? Because those guys we've been friends ever since we've came on and known each other, even when they was a part of another platform, and they went over to a new platform, and I followed them over there, and I'm going to keep on rocking with them, man. You see, I got my guy on right now, and if you guys like this, guys, put in the comment section that you like it. Let us know, and me and Mr. Icebox can hopefully do this a little bit more often, guys. I enjoyed his company tonight. And hey man, with all of that being said, I know you like looking at me deep down into the pits of my eyes, but we must get out of here. But I want to say one more thing to you. For all of my Crimson Tide football fans, can I please get a roll? Tide, roll, baby!
I love it. You know I do.
Yeah, man. Hey, guys, we out of here. We enjoyed it. And like I say, let us know how you liked it, guys, because, hey, Mr. Icebox is the real deal, guys. We can hopefully get him back here on Rags and Fitness YouTube channel, guys. We got a website we opening up, guys. We're going to be on Instagram, Twitter. Guys, follow me on Twitter. If you can, you see my handle somewhere around here. Go and find it, guys. Follow me there. We're going to have an Instagram coming up and a Facebook. Guys, we must get out of here. We got to go already. Yeah.
Love chat room. Love you.